Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers, flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. Flowers, flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. You've been sending flowers to me, send me no flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. Ever since the day that you went away, you went away, you went away. Ever since the day that you went away, you went away, you went away. Sending.
What is going on, you guys? I hope you're all having an embraceful day. Today we're finally going to be getting the exhaust installed. It's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute. And today we're finally completing it. We're heading out to Azusa, California, which is where Chris, I'm pretty sure you guys, a lot of you guys are familiar with Chris. We might meet up with him over there. He got his exhaust installed right there where I'm going at, and I mean, they do a fantastic job. I follow them on Instagram, keeping up with their work, and I mean, their welds look fantastic. Not like what I get back home. So we're heading out there today. It's a 3-hour drive. I'm already 1 hour in, but decided to pull over and kind of give you guys my take and kind of say a goodbye, farewell for my old exhaust setup. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple revs right now just to kind of give you guys a feel of what this exhaust sounds like. It's a little bit raspy. I'll talk about it while we're driving, all the negative things I have to say about this exhaust, but for now I just want to give you guys a couple revs. Let me know what you guys think. So as you guys were able to tell, there's a lot to talk about this exhaust that I really dislike about it. So let's get on the road. We still got 2 hours ahead of us. So one of the reasons I really want to get rid of this exhaust already is it's so drony. It's so drony. I mean, you guys can probably already tell because you probably can't even hear me as clear because it's so loud in here. It's really loud. Man, does it get annoying. It gets really annoying. So hopefully by putting this new exhaust, it's gonna get rid of that. The second thing that I have to complain about is removing the cats. I did install long tube headers, and from the stock exhaust, I think it's on the mid pipe. After the S pipe, so I believe it is the mid pipe, there is another cat. So there's actually 2 cats on this car, and I've already removed both of them, and I can't really stand the catless smell anymore. I need to put another cat, which is why I bought a high flow cat that we're gonna be putting back on the car. All of you bros know, if you remove your cats, you're gonna get that catless smell, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Another reason why I hate this exhaust so much is over time it ended up sagging down, so it's a lot lower. It sits a lot lower now than it used to before, so it tends to hit a lot, like a lot. When there's like bumps and stuff like that, you'll hear it scrape. I'll show you guys right now. Look, see if you guys are able to hear it. Watch. Did you hear it? I hope you guys were able to hear it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a hole where it keeps on scraping, because it's only scraping on one exact spot. So I wouldn't be surprised if you check it out on the lift right now. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of scrape marks, or maybe even a hole. The fourth and final thing that I have to complain about this exhaust is that it is a little bit raspy. That's coming from an Iv'e exhaust, and I think it actually started getting a lot more raspier was when I installed the headers, the long tube headers, since I did get rid of the cats. Before I even took that off, it was a little bit raspy already, but that kind of like just put the icing on the cake. So hopefully by putting either that 1 resonator or 2 resonators with the high flow cat and the Boiii muffler, so I'm hoping we'll get rid of the rasp today. I'm just hoping. Let's cross our fingers, boys. So there was a fucking ladder on the road, and dude, what the my damn luck. My luck. I hit a ladder. Someone drops a ladder and it is what I hate about driving in LA or San Diego. It's bumper to bumper traffic. You can't see what's ahead of you and whatnot. Like, there was a car in front of me, and out of nowhere he dodges, and I see a ladder in front of me. There's a car next to me. There's another car to my right. I'm not gonna hit the car, so I had to take the ladder. I had to take the ladder out. Dude, this month, man, my halos, Kodak rips my halos, my mom crashes into my car, cracks my carbon fiber trunk. I hit a ladder. Hopefully we don't overheat. Hopefully, I didn't see any dents on the radiator or anything like that, so I'm gonna keep an eye on my gauges and whatnot. But dude, my freaking luck freaking sucks, dude. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Hopefully it didn't crack the oil pan, so I'm gonna check that out because it did look a little bit wet underneath. So I'm hoping it didn't crack the oil pan. Dude, what the hell? Maybe this is just a sign to not even go get the exhaust done. Maybe I should just be going home. So the coolant temps don't seem to be dropping. Alignment feels fine. Not really too bad. When I backed up, I didn't see any oil on the ground, so hopefully I'm good. It was like a fiberglass ladder. It wasn't like those all metal ladders, so I'm hoping it didn't cause any damage. I mean, when the car gets put on the lift to get the exhaust installed, we'll see any damage that happened. It was a blue ladder. Like, oh, dude, my luck this month. So if you guys saw the last video, you guys would know that my mom did back into my car, cracked my carbon fiber trunk. So that was on Friday. Now this is Saturday, the day that I'm supposed to go get my exhaust installed. I was starting to drive over there, and as many of you guys saw on the clip, I did end up hitting a ladder. What that ladder did, it did quite a bit of damage onto the TC, which I'll show you guys right now. So the only damages that the ladder did, the fiberglass ladder, the good thing was that it was a fiberglass ladder, that it wasn't a metal ladder. I'm pretty sure it would have done a lot more damage than what it just did right now. I mean, there's still a couple pieces that are still stuck right here, but that's not really damage, I guess you could say. I did, as you guys can tell right here, it's all wet. This is all the grease from the axle, the passenger axle. The good thing is that the driver looks to be fine. The driver axle, I don't see any leaking or anything like that. That's the one we replaced, I'm guessing, because it was pretty new. I'm pretty sure it didn't break or anything like that. This passenger axle didn't break, but the boot did come off. Let me see if I'm able to show you guys. It did rip right here. See if you guys can see. You can see it right there, just moving, separated right in half. The boot broke right in half. So as you guys can tell, it's all leaking and everything. So might as well, I'm gonna be replacing the whole entire axle. That's kind of what I have over there in the box that's right over there. We're gonna be getting this axle replaced, not in this video, in the next video. So this axle is done. The good thing is that the oil pan is safe. Nothing broke there. The radiator is safe. Luckily, I didn't have the car done. If I would have had the car done and the bumper on, I would have been even more mad. Just at the moment, it's just at the moment that you feel mad, but then everything just goes away because I know it's gonna be fixable. But the other damage that the ladder did, I didn't really notice until I got to the shop and it got on the lift, was right here. I guess the ladder ended up wedging onto here, and now the side skirt doesn't fit onto the fender. So I don't know if the fender is pushed in or I don't know what it is, but this piece is not lining up as it should be if you were to see on the other side. right here. Fits a little bit better than the other side, so that is a no good. So now we're gonna have to get a new fender, which I'm thinking is I'm gonna be replacing both fenders, this fender and the one on the other side, because there is unnecessary holes that I don't want in here, like this one, these, and the same thing on the other side. So we'll be getting new fenders and we'll be recutting those to fit onto here. I don't know when that is that we're going to get new fenders. Probably until we finish. Actually, I don't even know if the fender flare is going to actually be able to fit here. We'll see. We'll see later on down the road. But that's the second thing that the ladder did. So after the whole ladder incident, I started heading out to the shop. I get there 30 minutes early, which supposedly I had an appointment. I set up an appointment 2 weeks ago to get my exhaust installed at 10 a.m. Did that happen? No. Okay, so I get there 30 minutes early. 30 minutes till 10. And there's two cars that are there. There's the 350Z and then there's the Skyline, which you don't see many of those every day, which was pretty cool seeing one of those in person. That's one of my first ones that I actually see in person. So we get there, they say they're going to do 350Z, then they're going to do my car. So they start doing 350Z. Chris, I'm pretty sure you guys know who Chris is. Chris comes by, and I think it gets to be like 12 o'clock already, and they're saying that there's still going to be a couple hours more until they finish the 350Z. So we go out and eat, me and Chris, and then when we come back, they're still working on the 350Z, and they don't finish the 350Z until like, I think like 4, maybe 6. I'm not even 100% sure when they finished it, but when they finished it, they passed my car. There's two lifts. There's one lift in the front, which is their main lift, then they have the back lift. So they bring down the 350Z, they put up, they take out the Skyline. That's because the Skyline was on the second post, the 350Z was on the first post. So both cars get backed out. My car gets back. I personally drive my car onto the second lift all the way in the far back, which that's gonna matter later on in the story. So I drove it up, and they put my car on the lift. Then when they finished the 350Z, they put the Skyline on the first lift. So the only thing they did to my car was they just cut off the exhaust from the axle back, well, from the, what was it? The resonator, from the resonator all the way to the back, which I guess they were mentioning that it was a whole entire catback system. That's basically all they did to mine. Then they started working on the Skyline, which supposedly they said that they were going to work on my car after the 350Z, which that didn't happen. I mean, what are they going to work on first? I mean, think about it. A Silent TC or a Skyline. Money talks. Money definitely talks. And I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they started working on the Skyline. So, where was I at? So they start working on the Skyline. They don't start working on my car until like 8:30ish, I believe. So like around 8 o'clock or around there, they finish the Skyline. They start backing up the Skyline. They take it out and whatnot. And then this is where it goes wrong, I guess you could say. We're not 100%. It's not something bad, but it's just something that happens. So they ended up moving my car from the last post to the first post when they start working on it, which was like 8:30ish, around there, 8:40ish when they start working on my car. So he starts backing it up onto the first lift, and he doesn't perfectly back it up straight, which when he was backing it up, the other guy tells him, move forward and straighten it out. Did that happen? No. The guy said, oh, that's fine, let's start working on it right now. So whatever, they start working on it. I noted that they didn't park it straight. I heard them saying that you gotta move it forward and back it up straight. So I was like, oh, whatever. So they start working on my exhaust. They start doing everything. Then they're starting to cut the exhaust. They're starting to weld up, and then one of the guys comes up to me like, oh, so did we talk to you about pricing? Which originally they did talk to me about pricing. We weren't gonna be doing the center exhaust because the muffler that I was going to be putting, the Boiii muffler, didn't fit how I wanted it to. It was too round for it to clear the ground, so I gotta go get an oval one. So I paid about 400 something for that muffler. I'm gonna try and return it and get an oval one. So right now, this current exhaust setup, the only thing that I didn't get put on was the muffler. So supposedly they were gonna charge me $55 to put the cat, the high flow cat, the two resonators, and we're gonna keep the single exit exhaust. That was gonna be $55. And then so they're all like, well, since we're doing all the way to the center exhaust, they're saying it's basically a catback system, we're gonna be charging you $420, which I found ridiculous because I told them Chris got the same exhaust done with you guys, except for he did a dual tip and he did dual mufflers, which was almost around the same price range that they were giving me. I'm sure they gave me just that price range was because they already cut off my exhaust. There's not much that they can do. They have to do it, so I have to agree on the price. Hell no, I wasn't going to agree on the price. I told them, you know what? I've been here since 10 o'clock. I supposedly had an appointment, and we're up until 9 o'clock or 9 something already. And, I mean, what else are you going to do? Like, oh, well, we close our shop at 10 o'clock. On Saturdays, we close at 2 o'clock. We're tired and whatnot and all this bull crap. Like, that's freaking bullshit. Like, I had an appointment at 10 o'clock. Stick to your words. Help me out at 10 o'clock. Sure, these other cars are here. Maybe they were walk-ins, or I don't even know. Maybe they made an appointment as well or whatnot. But if you're going to make an appointment for someone, do their car first. Do their car first. And if you're going to have walk-ins, do the walk-ins later. That's something that I would advise them on, is if you're going to do that shit, like, do the appointment people first. If you're going to want your customers to be 100% happy. Because, I mean, I was annoyed already by the time. It's already 9 o'clock. I supposedly was there, supposed to be there at 10 o'clock. I mean, I left here like around 5 something, 5:35, almost 6 o'clock. And, I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. So, I told them, I mean, I'm willing to pay 300. Like, oh, we can't do 300 or whatnot. Like, okay, let's meet in the middle. I'll go a little bit higher, 370, and I mean, that's the highest I'll go. Okay, whatever, we'll do it. So they start doing the exhaust. They finish the exhaust, and they don't finish the exhaust until like almost 10 o'clock. So, which was what? From like 8:40 something, which was an hour long that they could have done first at 10 o'clock. I mean, the 350Z took way longer than what my exhaust did. The Skyline took even way longer with the 350Z and what my exhaust did. So if they would have done my exhaust first, I mean, we would have been done with it early on into the get-go. So they finished up the exhaust. Welds were awesome. That's one thing that I will give them like 5 stars on, is their welds. The welds are fantastic. They're awesome, holding up great. Even though I just drove the car there to here, haven't driven the car since. But I would recommend their welds. Their welds are awesome. But the only thing I wouldn't recommend is the time. They should be more consistent or more truthful to their word if you're gonna make an appointment. So moving on from that, I get onto the car. They finish it. I start backing it up, and mentioning again, they didn't align it properly. So I totally forgot about it already. I was already annoyed. I was already mad. I wanted to get out of there. So I start backing up the car already, and my passenger mirror hits their lift post, and I mean, it breaks the mirror, obviously, which I'll insert a clip right here. Sergio was filming at the time with his phone. I didn't want to do any more filming because, I mean, I was already annoyed, and it was already dark. There's not much you can film when it's already dark, which is the reason why I made an appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I can have plenty of light to film. So you guys will see in this clip right here, the first bang that you guys hear is when me getting onto the ramps. The second one is when you'll hear the actual mirror hitting the lift post. So this is what my passenger mirror looks like. It's already been fixed, sort of, with all these screws, screw here, zip tie to hold the mirror into place because it completely broke, which I'll put a picture right here on the screen of what it looked like when it was broken. Right now I just temporarily fix it so I can actually drive my car once I finish installing the axle. This kind of gives me a way of wanting to do, because I've been wanting to do craft square mirrors for a very long time. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing them on the door or if I'm going to be putting a carbon fiber plate here and then bolting it onto there, but this kind of gives me a reason to start doing that because I've been wanting to do it for a very long time, but it wasn't something that I really needed to do. But now, I mean, I need mirrors. I'm going to probably be doing that. So that leaves me with torn up wiring or broken halos, whatever you guys want to call it, broken trunk, broken fenders, broken axle, and broken mirrors. 5 things that are broken, which sucks, but I mean, it happens. It's things that are going to be fixable. That's the good thing. But I mean, we got the exhaust installed. That's something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and it's finally done. The only thing that does need to be modified is we do need to raise up the bumper a little bit. Well, I'm going to be putting splitter rods here so I can lift up the bumper so it kind of clear, because right here it actually touches the bumper a little bit. Other than that, I mean, everything is flawless. Something that I do want to mention, I think I already mentioned, I'm not even sure if I mentioned it already, but the only reason I wasn't able to use the muffler, so I don't have the muffler right now, the Boiii muffler that I wanted to put on. I only have the high flow cat, the 2 resonators, and, I mean, dual exit exhaust. That's it. The only reason I wasn't able to put the muffler was because it was too round, it was too fat, it was going to be almost touching the floor. I need to go with a more oval type, because since I was doing a center exit, I wasn't able to put the muffler the way that I wanted to do it. It could fit if I was going to go single exit again. I could put it exactly, but it would have to be like long ways. The way that I originally wanted to put it was like this way, and if I were to go single exit, it would have to be this way. So it is workable if you're going to be going a single exit. I just don't know how it would sound. I hope it sounds good. If you were, I don't even know if I wanted to keep it. I want to keep it if I ever do a single exit again, because I have another idea on how I want to do my next exhaust setup. But for now, I mean, this is going to stay for a while. But another exhaust setup that I want to incorporate that muffler. So I don't know if I'll turn that in, get a different one, and put that other Boiii muffler onto here, which is going to be oval shape. It's going to fit the car a lot better for the application that I'm currently doing right now. So I guess it's time to show you guys what this exhaust sounds like compared to what my other exhaust sounds like. So I'll put a clip of the old exhaust, and I'll put a clip of the new exhaust. We'll do a couple flybys, we'll do a couple cabin drives, and you guys tell me what you guys think is better. I still do think that I'm going to be removing one of the resonators to kind of hear what that sounds like, depending if I like it, or if the rasp comes back on, I might add a muffler. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but for now I'm pretty sure I'm going to be keeping it like this. So let me know what you guys think. So I just reviewed the footage right now, and I don't know why it kind of sounds raspy, this exhaust, my new exhaust setup. I don't know why, and trust me, if you guys hear it in person, it's not raspy at all. So I don't know if it's gonna translate different for you guys on computer or on your phone, wherever you guys are watching this. But inside the cabin, watch. Sounded for you guys, but in here inside the cabin, it sounds amazing. I can hear a lot better. I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to tell a difference from how I was talking prior to my other exhaust when I was driving up to go get my exhaust done. Inside here, I mean, it's not really that loud right now because it's all bumpy and whatnot, but it's not really that loud inside the cabin anymore. I'm super stoked and super happy about that. So it's not drony at all. Let's see, let's go this way. So good. I freaking love this exhaust. Freaking awesome. And like I've mentioned, I might change it up a little bit depending. I'm going to be removing the resonator, and I'm going to see how that sounds. If it sounds good, I'll probably be removing the resonator and putting a muffler just to kind of see how that's going to sound. See if I can get a much deeper tone by putting a muffler on it. today's video, guys. I pretty much reviewed the exhaust, comparing the last one to this one, and I personally think this exhaust sounds way better than the last one. I'm still looking for that more loud sounding, deep toning exhaust sound, even though this one does sound a little bit deep. Like I mentioned, it sounds kind of like a VQ engine, but I'm kind of looking for a little bit more of a deeper tone and a little bit more of a louder tone. The good thing is, like I've mentioned, there is no drone inside the cabin, which was a big check on the list that I was looking for, and no smell of the catalyst exhaust. I'll kind of go over a little bit more regarding the exhaust and how the exhaust looks compared to the old exhaust that I used to have. So be on the lookout for that video. It's probably going to be like in a daily video or something like that. So that's it. That's where I'm going to end today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and embrace yourself, guys.